Today, we're talking about something that's going to be happening. Cannabis prices will be on the rise, and it's not just inflation or local taxes causing it. A massive shift in supply is happening right now, and if you don't know what's going on, you could be paying a lot more or making a lot more for your bud in 2025. So let's break down exactly why this is happening and what it means for you. 1. Closed borders equals less illegal supply. First up, let's talk about border security. We are seeing a major crackdown on illegal crossings, and that's having a huge impact on cannabis prices. Why? Because a significant portion of the cheap, unregulated weed in the US has historically come from Mexico. For decades, cartels and independent growers have smuggled massive amounts of cannabis into the country. For the past 4 years, drug cartels have been cultivating it on both sides of the Mexico-US border freely. Even though US consumers prefer high quality, domestically grown flower, Mexican weed has still played a huge role in keeping prices low, especially in states where legal cannabis is heavily taxed. But now, with extremely tight border controls in 2025, less of that product will be making it into the US. This means legal growers have less competition from the black market. And as demand stays the same or even continues to increase, as more states legalize, prices naturally go up. 2. Abandoned cartel farms in the US. Now here's another big one. Illegal grow operations inside the US are disappearing in states like California, Oregon, Oklahoma, and even Arizona. Cartel-backed farms and Chinese-fueled greenhouses in places like Oklahoma have been running hassle-free for the last 4 years, often on public land or remote properties. These grows pumped out massive amounts of unlicensed weed, flooding the market with cheap product. But here's the catch. In 2025, is different. With increased federal scrutiny and new immigration policies, many of the people running these farms are either getting arrested or leaving voluntarily, fearing deportation. A lot of these workers are undocumented, and with the risk of getting caught higher than ever, many have abandoned their operations altogether, as they know they are a no-brainer for ICE officials. The result? A sudden drop in illegal supply. And when that happens, legal growers don't have to compete with dirt, cheap, black market, booth cannabis anymore. Prices go up. 3. State crackdowns on illegal grows. It's not just federal immigration policies affecting the market. State governments are cracking down too. In California, officials have been raiding illegal grow operations more aggressively than ever before. Why? Because these unlicensed farms are costing the state billions in lost tax revenue. In 2024 alone, law enforcement shut down thousands of illegal grows, but with barely no penalty or arrests due to laxed punishment. Illegal growers would get busted, not get arrested, and start replanting the next day. Literally, zero risk. This crackdown trend is continuing harder than ever into 2025. But this time, penalties will come, since these crackdowns will not be just state officials, but fueled by federal force, where cannabis remains highly illegal. Oregon, which has been dealing with a massive oversupply problem, is also ramping up enforcement, trying to stabilize the market and protect their land from contamination. Less illegal weed means higher prices for legal cannabis. It's basic economics, supply and demand. 4, increased costs for legal growers. Now, even if you're only buying legal cannabis, you are still going to feel the price hike. Why? Because running a legal grow operation in 2025 is more expensive than ever. Higher energy costs. Growing fire packs indoors, regardless of LEDs, requires a ton of electricity, and utility prices continue to rise. Regulations and compliance fees. Now, states keep adding more red tape. Anybody in the industry knows this. It's worse than the DMV, which means higher costs for testing, licensing, and taxes. The last one is labor shortages. Fewer workers mean higher wages, and that gets passed on to the consumers. With fewer massive illegal farms undercutting the market, licensed growers don't have to keep prices artificially low anymore. They are passing their costs on to you. So what does all of this mean for the average cannabis consumer? 1, expect higher prices across the board beginning this year. Whether you buy legal or illegal weed, it's going to cost more in 2025. Stock up when prices are low. If you find a good deal, take advantage of it because it might not last. 3, consider home growing. If you live in a state where it's legal, growing your own could save you a lot of money in the long run. There's plenty of videos here on this channel of me showing you how. Look, the cannabis market will be shifting fast this year. You will begin to notice your favorite dispensary charging more or your plug raising their prices. Now you will know why. The combination of tightly closed borders again, abandoned cartel farms, state crackdowns with federal assistance, and the largest mass-scale deportation effort in the United States history, rising prices are coming in 2025. But what do you think? Drop a comment below and let's all talk about it. Let's share our knowledge for this industry as a whole. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you aren't yet, and I'll catch you in the next one.